Now that we've looked at why LH groups exist, which is to make disciples by connecting people and strengthening their faith, I think next we need to look at what is it that LH groups do. And we really get that idea from the book of Acts, where it says in Acts chapter 2 that they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. What we see here is that the church, the early church, right after Jesus has ascended back into heaven, is that they're gathering together in the temple. They're having a corporate weekend meeting, much like we do on weekends here or on Wednesday at our Catonsville campus, that the church gathers together as a full body, and that they would, throughout the week, break up and go into each other's homes and share a meal together and discuss what the apostles had told them. They would pray together, but they would have this large corporate meeting, and then they break up throughout the week and have smaller meetings in homes. And that's really where we get this idea of what an LH group would do. There are four main components of what every LH group does, and then there's three kind of optional components. But the four main components are, firstly, that all LH groups meet together. Now, this may seem really kind of self-explanatory and obvious, but what we're looking for here is that our groups meet on a regular basis throughout the semester. Maybe they choose to meet in a home or in a coffee shop, or maybe they're meeting online, but that the groups pick a time and a location and they meet together regularly. Now, most of our groups meet on a weekly basis. Some of them meet every other week, but the point being that you pick a consistent time, a consistent location, a consistent day of the week, and you meet together regularly to encourage one another and to grow in your faith. Now, the second thing is that while all groups meet together, they also all talk together. Now, this is beyond just what might be the discussion of the topic or the scripture that's being studied. That obviously involves talking as well, but more what we're referring to here is that there be time set aside before or maybe after the group meeting, that there could be casual conversation, there'd be a getting to know one another, that there would really be a deepening relationship happening, and really not just on the group meeting night or day, but in between those, the gap between meeting regularly throughout the week, that there would be conversations happening, that relationships would be being built. And so not only is it that groups meet together and that groups talk together, but also we want to see groups pray together. Prayer really is the foundation of not only a personal walk with Jesus, but really of a corporate walk with Jesus as well, in the sense of the church at large as well as a small group. And we want to see those relationships be deepened, that faith be grown as people gather together to pray for one another's needs, pray for one another, celebrate one another's successes through worshiping God in prayer. And fourthly, finally, what all LH groups do is that they all grow together. That growth is not a linear thing. You can't say, hey, you do this and then you do that and then you do this and you're grown. But rather it happens all over the place. It happens different for everybody. It can tend to be seasonal and cyclical, and you can kind of bounce from one area of growth to the other. But we want to see everybody in an LH group come together and grow together, take whatever their next step is closer to Jesus. So again, if that's, hey, reading out loud from their Bible for the first time, or praying out loud for the first time, or accepting Jesus, whatever it might be, we want to see LH groups grow together by taking that next step closer to Jesus. Those are the four main things that all LH groups do. They meet together, they talk together, they pray together, and they grow together. And then there's three that are kind of optional. They're recommended, but they're optional. And those would be that groups would eat together. First, that there is something really special and powerful about when individuals gather together and share a meal or share a snack or whatever it might be. That we have some groups that before the group starts, there's a whole meal that they eat together. Some groups, each person rotates bringing a snack on a different week, but that there's something special about gathering together and sharing food together. There's something about that that really deepens relationships and really helps people grow. Secondly, in the optional category would be that you serve together. Now, all LH groups are required to do a service project together throughout the semester, but what we want to encourage as well is that maybe you all pick a campus that you all attend together, or you pick a service that you all attend together, and you all serve on the same team, or you serve in similar ministries. The point being that when a group serves together, again, those relationships are deepened, that faith has more opportunity to grow, and that the group itself can grow together. And so we want to provide that opportunity that, hey, maybe you all serve together in the same ministry or at the same service or at the same campus, whatever the case may be. And finally, in that optional category would be that they have fun together. It's all great. We love when groups dig in and dive deep on Bible study or diving into a topic, whatever the case may be. Those are great, wonderful things. We want to encourage those all day long. But there's something to be said about stepping away from that and just going bowling. Or maybe going laser tag, or just going out to a restaurant together outside of a group meeting. That there's this thing that tends to happen, the groups that tend to do these three things in eating together, in serving together, and in having fun together, they tend to have deeper relationships. Their faith has more opportunity to grow together. And so we want to see our LH groups do these four things: that they meet together, talk together, pray together, and grow together. And we strongly encourage you to incorporate at least one of the three of, hey, eat together, serve together, and have fun together. This is what LH groups do.